So in this video we are going to be focusing on a higher GCSE Maths question with a focus on probability. So this is the question. There are only green pens and blue pens in a box. There are 3 more blue pens than green pens in the box. There are more than 12 pens in the box. Simon is going to take at random 2 pens from the box. The probability that Simon will take 2 pens of the same colour is 27 over 55. Work out the number of green pens in the box. So if we focus on this line here, the probability that Simon will take 2 pens of the same colour. If we think about a tree diagram, that would mean green, green or blue, blue. And the pen is not replaced. So we're going to be finding green, green, add blue, blue is equal to 27 over 55, and we will use that to work out the number of green pens in the box. So next what we're going to do is we write out the probability of a green in the first go and a probability of a blue in the first pick. So probability of a green, if we represent the number of green pens as n, and we will work out our denominator together with the blue. So for our blue, our numerator, because there is 3 more blue pens than green pens, it will be n plus 3. Now for the denominator, it's just going to be the total of these added together. So if we add those together, we have got 2n plus 3. We now need to work out, in terms of n, the probability of green, green and blue, blue. So probability of green, green, we are going to be multiplying, imagining our tree diagram along those branches. So our first one is n over 2n plus 3. Our second branch, because a green has already been picked, there's going to be 1 less green pen available. So our numerator now becomes n minus 1. Our denominator, 1 pen less in the box, so it becomes 2n plus 2. Then we're going to do the same for the blue, blue. So if we pick blue first, it's going to be this fraction up here, n plus 3 over 2n plus 3. Our second fraction, because a blue pen has been taken in that first pick, it's going to be n plus 2 now. And our denominator, once again, there'll be 1 less, so it'll be 2n plus 2. What we're going to do now is multiply these. So imagining this is like a single bracket, we have got n squared minus n for the numerator, and our denominator, imagining this is a double bracket, you have got 4n squared, and then you've got 2n times 2 to get 4n. Then we've got 3 times 2n to get 6n, and we've got 3 times 2 to get 6. Do the same for these down here. So our denominator will be the same as the green, green. So we've got 4n squared. I'll simplify that to 10n plus 6. And our denominator, sorry, our numerator, expand this out as a double bracket, n squared plus 2n and 3n, so it's simplified to 5n, and then 3 times 2 is 6. So when we have multiple options, remember back to this, we add them together. So we're going to now need to add these together and make it equal to 27 over 55. So if we add these together, we've got the same denominators for both. If I just change that here to 10n, so it's fully simplified. We now need to add our numerators together. So we've got n squared and n squared, so that becomes 2n squared. We have got minus n plus 5n, so that'll be plus 4n. And there's no number to add on with the 6, so we'll just put plus 6. and then our denominator is 4n squared plus 10n plus 6 is equal to this fraction over here. Now we're going to start to rearrange this with the goal of making it equal to 0. So there's different ways you could go about this, how you might start this. I would suggest that you multiply this side by 55 and this side by the 4n squared plus 10n plus 6. So it will look like this here. 2n squared plus 4n plus 6 is equal to 27 4n squared plus 10n plus 6. Then we're going to start to expand this out, or you might simplify at this point. If we expand this out, we've got 110n squared plus 220n plus 330 is equal to 108n squared plus 270n plus 162. Now we're going to rearrange this so it's equal to 0. So we're going to move all of these terms to this side. So when we do that, we take away 108, take away the 270, take away the 162. Now, when we do that, we end up with 2n squared minus 50n plus 168 equal to 0. Now, to make this bit easier to factorise, because 2 will go into all 3, we're going to divide the whole expression by 2. So we will end up with n squared minus 25n plus 84. So we're going to factorise this. This is a lot easier to factorise than with the 2n squared. So we can go straight in with our brackets. And we're looking for two numbers that multiply to make 84, but when you subtract them, they make negative 25. So our 2 are going to be negative 21 and negative 4. That means that n is, so the number of green pens, because that was originally what we represented the green pens with, is either 21 or 4. Now if we go back to this line here, it says there are more than 12 pens in the box. So if we made n as 4, and then we looked at the number of blue pens, which would be 4 plus 3, that means we wouldn't have more than 12 pens in the box. So it has to be 21 green pens. And that is your final answer.